Hey guys, what's going on? It is Friday afternoon. I just got off work, came home. I'm going to do a little more photography today because my wife got me a pair of fun shoes for my birthday. Just kind of a fun gift. And one of the biggest things I like to photograph when it comes to product photography is shoes. I don't know why, just always enjoyed photographing shoes ever since the beginning of my career. And so before I wear them, get them all messed up, I'm going to take kind of a cool photograph. So I came up with an idea, and my sketch is starting to fall apart, but what I want to do is float the shoes in the middle of the frame, and then I'm going to photograph like an alley with a street light and put that in the background. So the lighting is going to kind of mimic that street light lighting, at least that's my thought. And so I figured I would come up with an alleyway to go photograph at night, hopefully with some street lights. However, this morning I was leaving for work and it was super foggy. And so I went downtown because I know there's a great alleyway there. Well, it's kind of an alleyway. It's more of a walking street now. Let's go to the other end and see if the sunlight from the back is better. Yeah, definitely better backlit. Okay, let's do this one. Perfect. I think that'll work great. Okay, so the fog and the sunlight coming through there was super cool, and I really think that image might work. When I walked away from that, I thought that was perfect. I'm done. That's the perfect background. But the more I got to thinking about it, it is significantly different than my initial thought, what I wanted to do. So maybe I do two versions. We'll have to see. I haven't really looked at the photographs from this morning. I just, quickly looking at the camera, they look kind of cool. And, I can always do some Photoshop trickery and darken it up and make it a little more moody. So it may work still for what I want to do. However, we may end up going back down there and shooting it at night. But here's the shoes. Kind of a cool running training shoe kind of thing. So it's going to look kind of athletic. I think I might use my speed lights for this because I might have the shoe laces kind of flying. And rather than run wires on it and stuff, I might just kind of let them go and snap it. So I'll need to stop that motion. And maybe a little bit of blur might be a good thing. We'll see. But my studio's getting dark. It's almost 5 o'clock on a Friday. And the sun goes down pretty quickly this time of year. So hopefully I will be able to videotape this halfway decent. But it is getting dark. And with the speed lights, no modeling lights, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Gonna use the X100 because I think a wide angle lens might be kind of neat, but if that looks horrible, we'll switch to the Canon. I have put a little video light up there to light up the studio so you can see me, and I can see what I'm doing too. But I have got the shoe set up on a white board, white box, kind of lifting it up the way I wanna kind of put it in the position. I will eventually cut it off the background, float it into the scene, so that's what you see as far as the background here is no big deal. And I think I should be able to position the lights to light it up the way I want to light it up. I'm going to photograph the two shoes separately. That'll make it a lot easier than trying to carry depth of field and stuff with them both in the same shot. Why try to create the headache of trying to do it together when I can do them separately? I'm going to set up some lights and get the first test shot and see where we're at. Okay, I have to admit something. I'm an idiot sometimes. I've been doing this for 100 years and I totally spaced this out. I have set up my Canon speed lights, hoping to use the Fuji camera, not thinking that my Fuji is not going to set off the Canon lights. The radio slaves that I have are not going to work on this camera. Okay, so I did photograph the background with the X100, which is that mid-range wide-angle lens perspective. So I'm going to stick with my 17-40 for this shot. My experience is when you composite something like that, if you shoot the foreground or your subject with a telephoto lens and try to put it on a wide-angle background, it doesn't look right. So I think the lenses have to be at least comparable. So 17-40, probably be close to 40. I don't want to, stretch it out too much, and the two images should match. Always seems to work so much better when you get the right equipment. Okay, I don't think it really has that dramatic look that I want, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of black paper and I'm gonna create like a cone and put it on the light and try to funnel that light down a little bit more directional, like I guess a little more moody, a little more like it would be on a street light. That should work. Now if you look, guys, just a black piece of paper, kind of a funnel shaped cone. How big that hole needs to be is probably the trick. That's the question to ask, but we'll have to play and experiment. Oh yeah, come look at this. I like where it's going. I like the effect that it's doing. It's moody now. But the back of the shoe isn't lit up very well, and I still have yet to put it on the big screen, which I need to do here pretty soon. But gonna add a second light, maybe some mirrors, light the shoe really well. If it was a product shot for Under Armour, they would want to see the shoe. You can't just do this moody, even a hero shot that's got some drama and, moodiness to it, you still have to show off the shoe. So we're gonna have to light it a little bit better. And it's just a matter of playing with a second light, I think, and figuring that out. So I like the direction I'm going. We're getting there. Okay, let me show you what I've done. Step by step, I guess. Where are we at here? Okay, we got the light up above. I now have a light right there coming down this side of the shoe. Let me show you the back of the camera so you see where we're at. I think that's a whole lot closer. The funky shadow that you see going down the front of the shoe, that's just the shoestring. So we need to move that, and I think that'll solve that issue. Biggest problem that I have with it, it's lacking a little bit of dimension, and I wish I had a third light. I don't have a third speed light, so now I'm regretting that I used the speed lights. I think I'm gonna move that second light. I'm gonna tweak it around a little bit and see if we can't get it looking a little bit better, and time to pull out a mirror. All right, guys, I'm close. I'm regretting the light choice. Probably should have broke out the strobes. I don't know. I'm pulling them into the computer now so I can get a better look at them big. I don't know. Do I scrap it, enjoy my Friday night, come back tomorrow? One of the tricks to product photography is not painting yourself into a corner. I've found that many times. You start too close to one wall and you can't move your lights around, or in this case, I thought 2 lights would be enough and it maybe wasn't enough. Let's see how they look in the computer and make some decisions from there. One of the things I miss, I've gotten rid of my light meter over the years because I just haven't seemed like I need it as much, but every once in a while in a case like this, it'd be nice to have it. So here I was kind of futzing with some video for you guys. And then I put the cone on, added the second light, but it was overexposed. Got the second light a little more appropriately exposed, and then I moved the second light back a little bit and brought those shoestrings down. We're gonna have to deal with those in a way that is a little more attractive. Added a mirror to the front, which I don't think that was positioned right, so let's just pitch that one all together. So there's without the mirror, there's with the mirror. You can see a little bit right in here where it's looking better. Another way that I backed myself into a corner is with that cone. I have a very small beam of light hitting my subject in a very specific place and without a modeling light, that's very difficult to see. So I've been tweaking it just a little bit at a time to get it where I want. I've got to put the camera on self-timer, push the button, go into position with my mirror. Here's how it looks when I do that. I'm gonna put that last one in the computer, make sure I like it. If I do, we'll flip the other shoe over and show the bottom. Second shot's gonna be showing the sole. And then you can see me holding a mirror on this side to get a little bit of rim light up here, give it a little bit more dimension. And now if you can imagine it all cut out and on a more attractive background, that's not hateful. Maybe I haven't painted myself into the corner that I thought I did. Let's get those shoestrings right and see if we can't make this work. Okay, I think I'm totally happy with that. Let's move on to the second shoe. Bottom of the shoe, how are we gonna do this? All right, guys, I think I got this other shoe, and I really didn't do very much different than what I did with the first shot. I did move the lights ever so slightly. This backlight, I brought around to light up the side of the shoe a little bit more, and I repositioned the top, plus I actually turned it down about 2 stops. It was just too hot on the middle. And if you look at the shoe, I tried to light up the Under Armour logo. It was kind of hitting right here, so I've kind of tried to move that a little bit. I still have this mirror up front, and I'm still holding the mirror on the side. Shoot it one more time. Put it in the computer. A couple little tweaks I wanted to do, and made those tweaks, and the shoe fell over. And my little cone is coming untaped. So I'm going to try to fix those 2 little things, shoot another shot. We're going to get this perfect. Okay. Okay, I think I've got it. Put it in the computer one last time just to double check. If you're interested at all, 160th of a second, f16. We've talked about this before, but the shutter speed for flash photography like this doesn't really mean anything. But 1/60th of a second at f16 means that I'm shooting at a fast enough exposure that this video light plays no part in the exposure. So 2 separate shots, last time putting them in the computer, and once we got the thumbs up, I think I'm going to call it for tonight. We'll do all the Photoshop work tomorrow or something. So, okay, so there's the keeper for the first shoe, and I'll kind of progressively go through the second shoe. I may end up using one of these here. I'm not sure. My top light didn't go off there for some reason. And then I brought the light in the back, I brought it down thinking it'd be a little more moody, and I ended up catching no light up here. So I slowly came back up. That one's... No, I think the last one is probably good, although maybe it looks a little hot right in here, you guys. I don't know. I wish you guys were here to art direct. I kind of like what's happening around here. I'm going to mark both of these, and maybe we can blend. Maybe I can blend these 2 at the end here to kind of make up that last shot. But there's out of the camera raw shots to start the project off. I think we've got the product shot done. On to the next stage. So I've cut the 2 shoes off the background, and just a little side note when it comes to cutting things out, I know there's a lot of ways in Photoshop to do that, a lot of simple ways to do it. They now have that find the subject option, and it does a pretty good job most of the time, but personally I'm a little meticulous when it comes to cutting things out because I've seen a lot of sloppy cutouts over the years. Personally, I'm kind of meticulous when it comes to cutting things out. So the way I did it, I used the direct selection tool for the soft fabric-y parts of the shoes, but the rubber soles of the shoes, I use the pen tool. And I'm a big believer in the pen tool. If you don't know how to use the pen tool, you need to find out how to use the pen tool, because it's just the professional way to do it. So I've got the two shoes cut off the background. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking that alleyway shot with the fog and the sunlight coming through isn't gonna work. I lit the shoes in a very moody, dramatic way. They just look dark, and I don't think those two are gonna go together. So I'm gonna need to go back to the alleyway to get a night shot. It's the weekend, so I'm thinking it's really busy downtown. I may wait till Monday to do that. But the good news is I've got the shoe part of it shot, which means I can now wear my shoes. Okay, good news, there's hardly anybody down here in this alleyway tonight. It's fairly warm. Got the tripod, I got my quick release. Should be good to go. We'll go to the other end, shoot it this way. Might be a little easier to do now too, because I've got the shoe shot already done, so I know what I need it to look like. Okay guys, I've done several different angles. Half a second f8, ISO 400. I think between all of those I've got something. All right. Doesn't my street look good at this time of year? It's so pretty to come home from work with the sun doing that shining through the trees thing that it does. It's just pretty. So, all right, so I shot the alleyway at night, plugged it in behind the shoes, and there's just that little bit that's missing, and I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I went back to the one I shot in the fog in the morning, which I really was thinking that's not the one I want, but it looks better. So I'm sitting here playing with it, trying to figure out what's missing. And I keep thinking of my good friend Mark Sela, who kind of taught me the thinking, because he used to say this to students all the time. It's not quite there. You're 90% of the way there. You just need to find that last 10%. So that's where I feel like I'm at. I'm looking for that last 10%. I actually just sent this image off to Mark because he's kind of my go-to art director. And his initial thought was he didn't like my alleyway. So I don't know if I got to find a better background. I told him I've only got like 2 alleyways in the whole town, so I don't have a lot to choose from here. And I don't have any plans to go to a big city, so I can walk around until I find the perfect alleyway at night, which is dangerous anyway. So it looks pretty cool. It's just a matter of, am I going to be happy with it or not? Okay, so it's been 2 days. I've been sitting on this image, you know, just kind of pondering it through my head. What is that last little bit that it needs to make this thing work? And I've made the background darker. I've made it lighter. I've made it more contrasty. I even made the background green. Then I made it pink. And I even added a unicorn. But nothing was seeming to really be that last little whatever it needed to put it over the top. But it does meet the original vision that I have. So I think I'm going to put this thing to bed. I'm not unhappy with it by any means. I like it. It's a nice shot. The shoes look great. I really like the product image. But I got to wrap this project up, so I think I'm going to finish this off the way it is. I'm not unhappy by any means. I like it. It is what I've kind of visualized from the very beginning, although that doesn't necessarily mean it's perfect. If I think of something in the near future, I'll come back to it, may revisit the background or something and pull it together again. But I like it. Not unhappy with it. I'd love to hear what you guys think of it, and maybe you have some great suggestion of what that last 10% is to make this thing really rock. But if you watched this long, I thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.